Hi, I'm Mercedes, and thanks for joining me again today for another recycling project. Well, if you've joined us in earlier segments, then you know that we actually recycled our fabric scraps and we turned them into fabric notebook covers. Well, on today's segment, we're actually going to take those notebook covers and we're going to embellish them with some heat transfer rhinestones. So let's get started because we have a few quick and easy steps to go through. Now, if you miss any of the instructions, please definitely visit www.m721organics.com, and on the home page you'll have a free download of some basic patterns as well as all the instructions for heat transfer. Okay, let's get started. Well, the first thing that you're definitely going to do is that you're going to have to decide what pattern it is that you actually want to heat transfer. Now, when you go to the store, you can actually purchase rhinestones yourself, and what this basically is a heat seal film. You'll have a full sheet of rhinestones or studs or possibly a different type of design, or you can actually already purchase the motif done up for you. Now, this is a mini Christmas tree, so you never can get a head start on some of your holiday decorations. Well, if you decide to do your own pattern, then if you have a dull tweezer that you were getting ready to toss out, here's another time to recycle. You can actually take those dull tweezers and use them as a brand new tool for you. If you're an avid crafter, you possibly already have a tool in your craft bin where it'll be actually easier for you to pick up those rhinestones. Well, the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to separate this heat seal film paper away from its protective backing. Now, please be careful here because this film on the back side is actually very tacky. This is what the adhesive actually is. Now, before you leave the store, and this is a very, very important piece of paper that you definitely need, this is called Teflon paper, and you cannot put this on or iron it on, for a better choice of words, without this Teflon. It actually comes in very different sizes. Possibly you may be working on a very, very big project and you may ask for something that's a little bit wider. So let's continue. Well, if you definitely decide to use a word, the reason that I have it printed out the correct side is to show you that when you are going to do this as a heat transfer, you need to reverse the word on the opposite side. And let's do a very quick mini example of this. Well, I actually like to pop off some of these rhinestones first. It's actually a little bit easier to handle. And always remember that that paper is very, very sticky. Now, I like to take the film out of its backing, and then I also like to take a little piece of tape and put it onto the film. This will actually just help it hold it onto the piece of paper. And now you're going to take your tweezers and you're going to gently drop in your rhinestones until you actually fill your pattern. And you just have to be a little bit of patience with this. The more that you do, actually, the better it's going to become. Now, I'm actually working a little fast, but this is just to show you that when you lift this tacky film, the L will actually be on the correct side before you actually transfer this over. Okay, so now we actually have one pattern already done, and now we're getting ready to transfer it. So you are definitely going to need your iron, and I would strongly suggest that you put it on a very, very high setting. So here we have our little piece of fabric, and we're going to remove our already made pattern from the protective backing. We're going to place it onto the fabric, and then we're going to take our Teflon and we're going to start the application process. Now, this is the tricky part here. Please remember that that heat seal film, it looks a little deceiving, but it actually gets very, very hot. Now, once you finish doing this for a few seconds, just put your iron to the side. And you know something, if you're under the age of 14, please call your mom or dad or possibly a guardian to help you out with this project, because like I said, this actually gets very, very hot. And the other key to this is that you actually cannot lift this for a few minutes until this actually cools down. And why is that? Because if the adhesive has not properly gone onto your fabric, your rhinestones or your studs or whatever the motif that you've chosen will actually start popping off, and we definitely don't want that. So this is what it's going to look like finished. I'm just a little anxious, so I'm going to gingerly lift this off, and let's see. Hey, it actually adhered properly. So now we have a second patch with our Christmas tree, and it's starting to turn into a beautiful recycled project. If you did our tie-dye project, then you probably have some beautiful tie-dye knot techniques already done, and here we have it with a very nice peace sign. Well, thanks again for joining me again today for this final recycling part of our mini-series. Please remember to continue to recycle. Please remember to reinvent and to recreate you, because you're worth it. I hope to see you again very, very soon, and thanks again for joining me. Take care.